Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat?
Aaron Schatz of ESPN, this was back on Thursday, made an interesting free agent suggestion for the New Orleans Saints. So when you look at the Saints, their linebacking core is pretty solid. I mean, a couple lists came out over the weekend, got them like top 5 in the NFL at that position. They did a decent amount in the draft to try to shore up that offense as much as they could. The positions everybody's looking at right now for the New Orleans Saints, both on the defensive side of the ball, you're obviously looking at D-line, and of course that Saints secondary, mainly cornerback. So Aaron Schatz suggests that maybe the Saints call Stephon Gilmore, the savvy veteran, bring him in for a visit and ultimately sign him. And I'm good with this, because when you look at Stephon Gilmore, I started thinking, okay, this is an old player. He's way over the hill. He was productive last year. Like Schatz mentions in this article on Athlon Sports, he was rated 30th in the NFL in my coverage metric while being assigned to some of the league's toughest wide receivers. So he was still productive and he was relatively healthy. He's going to be 35 years old at the start of the season, but he played in 15 games a year ago, 7 pass breakups. He had a pick as well. He was still a productive player. Now, 5 to 6 years ago, Stephon Gilmore is a top 10 corner in the NFL. He's obviously not that anymore, but can he be a solid piece for you? I just mentioned he played at a high level last season and played in 15 games, so he was healthy. It also gives you a veteran presence in the secondary outside of Tyrann Mathieu. Now, of course, you bring in Justin Reed, but it's his first year in this building. This brings in another veteran presence next to those two guys. When I look at the Saints cornerback room, again, I'm good with this. Kool-Aid McKinstry is going to start for this football team. He's going to be one of the corners on the outside. You spent a second-round pick on him a year ago. He showed some flashes last year as a rookie. If he can take that next step, he can solidify one of those outside corner spots. It's opposite of him that is the concern for me. So the name that's been in the room the longest is, of course, Alontae Taylor. Now, Alontae Taylor's an excellent nickel. I mean, you watch him. He flies to the football. He's a good open field tackler. Hell, he can rush the passer. He led the Saints in sacks at one point in the season last year. He is a playmaker at that nickel spot. But when he's lined up at the outside corner position, he really hasn't graded out that well. I would not move Alontae Taylor. I would keep Alontae Taylor in the nickel. Because if you move Alontae, you're making him readjust to the outside corner position, which he's played sparingly, to say the least, here in the NFL. And now you have to find another nickel to take over and try to replicate the playmaking ability of when Alontae Taylor's in that spot. I'm leaving him alone. There's no use in trying to change 2 positions when you only have to change 1. So, who are your options right now? Obviously, Isaac Yiadom is the name that's going to come out of people's mouths first. He's been in this room previously. He's back on the team this year. Yiadom's a solid veteran. He's 28 years old. Again, he's played in this building before. He's never done anything to wow anyone in his NFL career. I mean, when you look at his numbers, he's played in a lot of games. The stats don't jump off the page at you, but he's just a steady veteran player. And maybe that's what you need. But is Gilmore a step up from Yiadom? He might be. Now, again, Isaac Yiadom's 7 years younger than Stephon Gilmore, so take that for what it's worth, but Gilmore is more proven, obviously, at least up to this point. I mean, we know what Gilmore was a few years ago. You also drafted a rookie in Quincy Riley. He's out of Louisville. He was a very productive player in college. And I mean, when I say very productive, like look at his numbers. 3 years at Louisville. Quincy Riley, 109 tackles, 6 tackles for a loss, 8 interceptions. He returned those for 173 yards and also had a touchdown. So he can do a little bit with the ball in his hands as well. He has good ball skills. He can make tackles on the outside. He can even get in the backfield a little bit. I mentioned 6.5 tackles for a loss in his college career. So you can say, okay, well, you have Kool-Aid McKinstry on one side. You can just slide in Quincy Riley right there if you don't feel good about Yiadom, right? Not necessarily. Quincy Riley is obviously a rookie. And then you look on the other side, Kool-Aid McKinstry's only in his 2nd season. And I mean, he didn't play a ton last year. He was a role player for you, but he wasn't an every down starter for this team. If you're unsure about Edom and you're unsure about Riley, should you sign Stephon Gilmore? And honestly, I kind of think you should for a few reasons. One, it doesn't hurt you at all. Like in this article, Adam Schatz mentions, it's crazy to think that the New Orleans Saints actually have cap space for once, but they do. It gives them the ability to bring in a veteran to help fill a hole. There's a hole at outside corner, as we just mentioned. Also, if you're concerned about his age, it's fine. I understand that. This is a one-year deal. If you want to move on after this season, that's fine. For what it's worth, his projected value in free agency, according to Aaron Schatz, is a one-year, $5.3 million deal. So you're getting him for pennies. A guy that at one time in his career was a top 10 cornerback in this league. I'm not saying that give up on Edom. I'm not saying that Quincy Riley's not going to be a good corner. But if you want a veteran that is an upgrade from Isaac Edom, and you're not sure Quincy Riley is ready to go out there and be an everyday starter, you could do a lot worse than Stephon Gilmore. Best case scenario, you bring in Stephon Gilmore. He plays really well. He starts double-digit games for you, and he helps bring Quincy Riley along slowly, and Isaac Edom can make spot starts if needed. That's your best case scenario. Your worst case scenario, you sign Stephon Gilmore to a $5.5 million deal for 1 year, and he's awful. Well, no big deal. You can either cut him halfway through the season or move on from him at the end of the year, because you're only tied to him for 1 year. There is very little downside in a move like this if the Saints do it correctly. You're signing a guy that is proven in this league, still playing at a high level, is relatively healthy. Like in Stephon Gilmore's career, not just this past year, really every year. So in 2021, with the Panthers, he had some injury issues. He only played in 8 games. He's been in the league for 13 years and has played less than 11 games one time, and it's the year I just mentioned with the Carolina Panthers. He has been incredibly consistent. The last 3 years, in Indy, 16 games. With the Cowboys in 2023, 17 games starting at corner. And then last season, 15 games for the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, they were pretty good. And even in 2023, Dallas had an okay defense. Now, they're Dallas, and they disappointed in the playoffs, but it wasn't Stephon Gilmore's fault. This is a guy, again, still playing at a high level. I understand the age. But as of right now, there are no injury concerns. He still played at a high level a year ago, and he could be very affordable and a solid veteran to bring in. If you're not sure about Edom and you don't think Quincy Riley's quite ready, Stephon Gilmore could be a really good one-year rental to help get those guys up to speed.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.